Hi all, here's Stefan Laub, and today I'll show you how you can use HDRIs inside Q-TILE-RPO to mix them and fine-tune your skies and HDRI environments. So you can tune what you see here and how the light is and the mood in mixing and remixing HDRIs inside the TILE-RPO shapes. I made a sky here in Corona. This example is Corona, but it works in any engine that supports HDRIs as light source, and instead of the HDRI I loaded the TILE-RPO, and I prepared here for you already several layers which I will show you. The base layer here is just one big HDRI from Pythagoras, what we see here. Yeah, that's a normal 7K HDRI giving quite nice light here in this simple scene. I can already tune here via the layer opacity a little bit, the brightness, how bright or not bright. So I dimmed it a little bit because I will add some extra layers. Now the idea, what I want to show you, how you can now change these HDRIs. Often it's very hard to find one HDRI that really suits you. I often mix them and I use TILE-RPO for that. So I made a layer above that, and I'll show you I made a shape here in the editor with the sketch poly. You can see here the half of it is the horizon, so you can somehow position that already to your needs. And the layer opacity is yet 0, and the idea is that I want to mix this with, this is the Mediterranean HDRI, which is very, very nice too, and has a very, very beautiful light and 8K beautiful texture. And I want to hear a little different light and a little bit stronger and some other mood. So I took this here and I placed here the shape here, and I now slowly can raise the opacity, and we should see here then something happen slowly. I raise it. Yeah, you see here it's coming. It's a different light color, different mood color. Of course, probably I would change the camera exposures and stuff and so, but for this example, I'll leave it. You see here the shadows are much more pronounced now, and I have quite a different mood of the HDRI. It's still the skies and everything from the Pythagoras here, but here on this side, it's the Mediterranean sky. I make it 0 so that we see it again without. That was before, and this was now with mixing the Mediterranean here. I can, of course, tune the exposures, make it a little less, for example, just the usual way you work with HDRI. So I see a little bit more color, and probably I'll not set it 100%, but just mix a little bit so that I have a balanced, more warm light coming from here. So that's the basic thing. Of course, I could now also move this shape. Yeah, if I move it, then the light will move here too. I show this then in another layer. In the next layer, I loaded, let me show this less exposure. I loaded kind of a crop. It's a sun HDRI, it's 32-bit sun of a sunset, and I raised the exposure here to have a really nice bright light. And here I put it just in a circle, yeah. And when I add this here, we will get even more pronounced sunset sky here. You see it now. Okay. I hope it's visible in the video. So we really have this nice orange-yellow gloom here, and of course also the light adapts immediately to it. I could fine-tune it. I can use the clip values to change the appearance of the HDRI and so on. I could, of course, mix it with colors and tune it. Whatever you want is possible. And, of course, I could also move the stuff. So I probably move this shape a little bit, let's say a tiny bit over here. And you see it moved now to the side. I will undo this, and this is Syria, and it's back now. So you can precisely position the parts of the elements you mix in the HDRI on your 330-degree environment. For fun, I made also an additional layer here. Let's say I want to have some different cloud part here. Again, from another HDRI, I used here in a transform shader some colored clouds, which I have, I don't know, somewhere cropped from one of my HDRI library sets. And again, I raised the layer opacity. You start seeing here some pink clouds, maybe make it stronger. Yeah, so example. I just make it very strong so that you really see the stuff. Maybe too much, so reduce it a little bit. Yeah, I like this, I like it, for example, a little less maybe. So I have a space, the Beta Guthrie HDRI. I added here a Mediterranean sky and even more pronounced orange-yellow sundowner lights. And I added from another part I like from a third HDRI some pink clouds here. As of course, as everything is 32-bit, this also affects the full lighting. And I just show you in theory, you can place any light, any number of suns or bright clouds or whatever you want. So I added another shape here. Just show you here, it's a oval which can move around again. And when I raise the layer opacity again, it's again a HDRI 32-bit image. This is actually a sun here behind the bright clouds. Actually, the sun is the part that interests me. This is a very low-res stuff to show you. This doesn't matter. It also works just as light source. And I add here the layer opacity. And here you see my light source. And you see immediately the light, the shadows here. I make it stronger. Have stronger shadows here. Yeah, I could also, of course, raise the exposure. And you see, it's not really, it's a foreign planet now, but you see what's possible. And of course, I can move this shape a little bit. And in Corona, I have to move a slider to update it. If the shape is moved, and so, okay, you see it here. Okay, so you can move the stuff around freely as you want. You can move it again a little bit. And you see the light. Oh, I moved it too much. I don't know, is it somewhere back here, so I don't really see it. Okay, I just make undo here. It should be back here again. Yeah. And of course, you can also move it up a bit. I've just not so much screen space here on the video. And it's now moved up, and you see how beautiful light this gives. And for example, you could make up a studio light setup for that, or you can, like a bright cloud that gives a little bit more light to the shadow parts, and you know what I mean. It's all possible. So you can make your custom HDRI out of different HDRIs or different image clips in 32-bit, and that's all very easy possible also in TILE-RPO. I hope you liked the video, and I wish you a nice day.